Welcome to the Effortless Edge Podcast with me, Guinevere Ellis. Having spent over 30 years working on results with well-known companies, CEOs, and entrepreneurs from all over the world, as well as high net worth individuals and high-profile personalities, I'm here to share how you can create success in a more effortless way. Know thyself. You've come across that saying before, right? Know thyself. What does that really mean? You know, when I talk about people achieving things that most other people think is unrealistic, or, you know, things that people believe is like miraculous or whatever, it comes down to really knowing who you are. Not who you are in terms of who you were born as, but who you are now, with all of the conditioning and the programming and the experiences that you've had up to this point in your life. Because your self-image, and I'm not talking just about the way you kind of see yourself consciously. There's also a lot of it unconscious, right? So a lot of it subconscious. The way that you see yourself, or the kind of person you think you are, that is reflected in your whole life, in every area of your life. It's just a mirror. Because the outside results that you achieve in your business, in your bank balance, in your relationships, all of it is just a mirror image of how you see yourself. Now you might be saying, oh no, it isn't. You know, I had a bad experience with this person and it wasn't my fault, it was them. And I had a bad experience with this situation, but it wasn't me, it was them. And you can tell yourself all this stuff, but the thing is, it wasn't them. It was the way that you see yourself, that you allowed yourself to be in that situation, to be treated in that way. Now, I'm talking not just relationships, but, you know, in your working life, people you maybe have worked with, maybe you had personality clash with people that you worked with. All of these things that you feel happen to you because of other people is never to do with the other person. It's to do with the way you see yourself. And this, of course, is the big picture in terms of everything we've talked about, what you really want and the way you've been conditioned and how life would be if you could achieve everything. All of it comes down to this one key thing. Who do you think you are? Or rather, who do you think you're not? And that is the key thing. Because it isn't really who you think you are that holds you back, although that does to an extent. But it's who you think you're not. So you might think, oh, that kind of success, that's for them, that's not for me. Or that kind of money, that's for them, that's not for me. Those people going to the left on the plane and going to sit in first class, that's for them and that's not for me. All of these things that you feel is reflected out into your life. So if you don't know what kind of self-image you have, you might think to yourself in your conscious mind, yeah, I think I'm pretty cool. I think I'm all right. But look at your life. Look at the kind of work that you do and the people that you work with, how much you're earning. Think about the relationships and the friendships and the people in your lives. Think of every aspect of your life. If there is any aspect of your life that isn't really going according to plan, then you have a self-image issue in that area of your life. Let's say it's money. Maybe you'd love to earn more money. And you think, well, I'm just learning the ropes. And when I get further on, I will earn more money. And when that happens, I'll earn more money. And then I'll do this and then I'll do that. But it's all to do with how you see yourself. How much do you think your expertise or your talents are worth? And you might think, oh, I think my talents are great. But, you know, I need more experience. Only if you think that you do. Because your self-image is what is reflected back at you in your life. So let me get you to think about this for a second. Self-belief, let's start with that one. Do you really believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can do anything you put your mind to? If you think, not really, because I'm not X, I'm not Y, I'm not Z, whatever it is, change it. Now, starting with immediate effect, change it. I can do it. I can do that. And then that little voice in your head is going to say, oh yeah, but I'm not sure. No, stop. Stop that voice. You can do it. You can start to change it, because this inner chatter is keeping you stuck, keeping you as the same person, getting the same results. But you can start to change it. So that's kind of self-belief. What about self-worth? How much do you think you and your work and your expertise and your services are really worth? You might think, well, I think it's worth a lot more than people pay, but people don't want to pay, People don't want to pay more. It's not me, it's these other people that don't want to pay. No, it isn't. It's you again. So your issue around how much you believe your services, whatever you do, if you have your own business, your view of how much you believe it's worth is what's reflected back at you in what other people are willing to pay. Think of your self-image in terms of, what do you think you're good at? What do you think you're not so good at? Are they true, really? Or is it just habit? People say things like, well, I'm not naturally good at that. Or I'm not naturally good at public speaking. Or I would hate to get up on stage. It's just not who I am. And so the false belief here is that you're naturally like that. Because in most circumstances, it's not that you're naturally like that. It's that you are habitually like that. Okay, so yes, maybe you don't like public speaking because you've told yourself so many times that you're not good enough, even though sometimes you can't even hear it. It's just a feeling. And therefore, that results in you believing that you're not good at public speaking. It's all in your head. And you might think, no, I was born like this. No, you weren't. Probably not. Yes, of course, there are some things that we're born with, some natural talents or natural gifts. But most of who you're being was conditioning and programming during your early years. And you have become so used to being that person that now you're attached to that identity. Oh, I am like this, I'm good at this, and I'm not good at that, and I'm not like this, and I'm not like that. But it's not true. Isn't that amazing? It's not true. So whatever you're telling yourself, you can say, is that really true? No, it probably isn't. Most of it isn't. You can do anything, you can achieve anything in your life, but not as the same person who is getting the current results. Your identity, the way you see yourself, is at the crux of everything. Because if you walk through life thinking, well, I'm not good enough, people don't really like me, nobody wants to work with me, I find it difficult to get on with people, I find it difficult to find opportunities, I never get this doesn't work out for me, all of this stuff. If you walk through life carrying all of those things in your head, life is going to mirror them right back at you. Yeah, that person doesn't respect you, that person won't pay what you want, that person won't treat you well, that person won't give you an opportunity. And then you think, see? Look, it's not me, it's them. But what is it? What is it? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You walk through life with all of this stuff and life gives it all back to you. So what if you changed it? What if you start with immediate effect today to walk through life like this? Everything always works out for me. I'm just one of those lucky people. Everything goes my way. I always land on my feet. I'm just so lucky. Everybody loves me. Everybody wants to be friends with me. Everybody wants to give me opportunity. Everywhere. Opportunities are everywhere. Soon, you'll be amazed at what starts to happen. People want to be friends with you. People want to give you opportunities. People want to pay you. Suddenly, you're walking through life as a different person, and life gives you that back. I always think of this when I watch movies and I watch a certain actor playing a different part. So if you think, I don't know, whoever your favorite actor is, think of your favorite actor right now and think of that actor in two different roles, two different movies where they played completely different characters. Maybe one had loads of good stuff happen and one had loads of bad stuff happen. It's the same actor, it's the same human, but the personality, the self-image, the beliefs that those two characters had were very, very different. And therefore the things that happened to that character were very different. Now you might think, oh, that's just Hollywood movies, but it isn't actually. Movies are captivating because they're based on real life, actually. They're based on how life goes. So this is the key point I want you to get from this. Who are you being? Not what you're doing, but who are you being? And what are you walking through life carrying with you? Is it giving you the results that you want? And if it isn't, maybe it's time for a change. I hope that has been fascinating and insightful for you. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon.